You may or may not be aware we're putting together a brand new, it's a new course on rural crime. So we are analysing security around farms, landed estates and properties in the middle of nowhere. And what we're doing is we're going out to them, like now, today. Unbeknownst to the people who own the property, we've got permission to go, but we're not telling them when we're going. So what we're doing is we're coming in and we're staking them out. So we've been watching this property somewhere in the northeast of the UK. We've been watching this property this morning for some time, and we've been over there in the bushes. We've been all around the property, keeping a very low profile, and we've been observing what's been going on from a distance where we can use binoculars and nobody knows we're there. So what we ascertained, and you might have heard it just now, was this side of the property here behind me is a very bad approach because they've got dogs in kennels. Now the dogs aren't out, so there was no risk of attack, and they're working dogs, sheep dogs, collies and a couple of spaniels, but nevertheless they're noisy buggers. So this would have been a very, very bad approach from a security perspective. What we did notice though, we came in from the other side a short while ago, very quiet. I know I've got high vis on now because I'm actually in the farmyard and we've announced our presence, but before we had our camouflage stuff on and we were well hidden. When we approached from the other side, the dogs weren't alerted, and so what that gave us an opportunity to do was steal a quad bike, and that's exactly what we did. So we came in, we didn't alert those dogs, although we knew they were there because we'd been watching from that side earlier. So we skirted all the way around, about a mile circumference, came in from the other direction, watched what was going on. So we spent about 40 minutes watching the operators on the farm, and we saw a pattern where people were coming in and out with vehicles and leaving their vehicles and nipping out to do other bits and bobs. The opportunity arose where an individual came in on a quad bike, stopped the quad bike, took the helmet off, left it on top of the quad bike and went into a building probably about 100 meters away. And the quad bike was on an area where we could nip in. So we did, we dived in, started the quad bike, stole it and drove it about 3 miles away where it's still parked, and they'll get that back later. Now the purpose of this exercise is many really. So these people they know we're here, and what we're doing is we're staking them out for their benefit. So we're looking at their security issues, how good or how bad, or how vulnerable are they to become a victim of rural crime, and that's what we're looking at today. And in this case, we got away with a quad bike. So if we were so minded, that quad bike could now be on the back of a low loader on its way to a port somewhere, having been checked for tracking devices and all the rest of it. We could have that stripped down and gone in a container and off to Europe or other further afield places, literally within a matter of hours. The reason we're doing this is we're developing a new training course all about rural crime. It's a huge problem, 50 million plus every year. People are coming in now, they're nicking quad bikes and ATVs. They're stealing fuel where they get the opportunity to park up and cipher, sometimes 500, 600,000 litres of fuel, which is worth an absolute fortune. They're stealing livestock, not from within the actual farmyards itself, but from the outlying fields. They're looking to nick Land Rovers. That's been a massive problem over the last year. A couple of £1 million worth of Land Rover Defenders in particular getting stolen within the last year, according to the NFU Rural Crime Survey, which is published every year. So it's fuel, it's vehicles, and it's things like chainsaws and strimmers, the stuff that's quickly nicked, put in a vehicle and it's gone and you never see it again. So yeah, that's our job. We're looking for security and crime prevention, and this is just one of the farms that we're looking at over the coming months with a view to staking them out, keeping a low profile, and then pouncing on their vulnerabilities and weaknesses and actually exploiting them like we did today. So we actually stole a quad bike today. We took it away, we drove it off site and we parked it away a few miles away. They'll get that back later. So today's a lucky and a good day out for the owners of this particular property. We're going to do many more of these over the coming months throughout the United Kingdom, and the aim is highlight vulnerability, tell the landowners and the farmers and those people who I've invested millions of pounds. You know, if you think of the equipment around a farm or a landed estate or a high net worth individual property, we're talking millions and millions of pounds. So a little bit of time and effort invested in security now will actually prevent a lot of heartache. And it's not just the stuff getting stolen, you know, that's insured and it's replaced within a matter of days. But it's the feeling of vulnerability. You feel violated. In fact, you know, you've had your property stolen. At the same time, have you been at risk? Has your family been at risk to, you know, other crimes that people commit when they enter other people's properties? So I hope that's been of interest to you. It's certainly been a great morning out for us. Here on the farm in the middle of nowhere, now less vulnerable to crime. See you later, guys. Take care.